We're talking about how to sleep today. Multivitamin, 400 milligrams of magnesium. I have B12 somewhere in here and I lost it. Like, how did I lose it? I'm in my room. I don't know. Sorry guys, unnecessarily long intro, but you know me, I'm not gonna edit it, so my bad. For some context, I used to have really bad insomnia, like really bad, and it's like I figured out how to sleep fairly well, actually, like surprisingly well, and like I think part of the loss of it was also just that I cleared up my mental a lot more. Like I just felt better, so I just had less problems sleeping. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay up all night, so I got a coffee. But honestly, I probably could have just gone to bed. But whatever. We're here now, so let's do it. Alright, so I had pretty bad insomnia from the years when I was 14 to 17, almost like pretty much till I was 18 actually is bad. So Huberman talks a lot about light. When you see light, your body says, it's the sun. Be awake. Right? It's like, think about this. In the morning when you wake up, if your room is pitch black, you're going to be much less likely to immediately feel awake than if your room is dark, right? And it has to do with seeing light spikes your cortisol, which is the stress hormone, aka making it so that you can't sleep. It's going to block your melatonin. So, having light in general is bad. But then when you have blue light, you look at a cell phone, you look at a computer. It's like, think about this. Okay, picture your sleep score as like the amount of difficulty it's going to take you to fall asleep. Okay, so in the middle of the day, you're at 100. It's really late at night and you look at your phone, you go up 30 points from whatever you were at, right? Your body isn't made to be looking at light when it's trying to go to bed. Like, that's like, think about evolutionarily, it's kind of stupid, but biologically speaking, like, your body isn't made to be feeling tired in the light, right? It's like, this is day. So my brother uses a candle. That's actually pretty smart. That's kind of far though for me. Like, I just won't look at lights for like the 30 minutes before I go to bed, whatever. But a TV, a computer are like the worst, because your phone you could at least turn on night shift and it'll like be less blue light, but there's still plenty. But even blue light glasses aren't gonna alter it a significant, like a ton, but it'll definitely help. It's just bad. Here's the thing, people are like, oh, I can't sleep, but then it's also like, you look at your phone before you go to bed, and you sit in your bed for 3 hours before you sleep, like watching TV, doing whatever. Like, of course you can't sleep. When you make your bed, this is sleep zone, then you'll actually be able to sleep there, because like state-based cognition, right? You get in bed, tired time, right? So like me, you can see my bed is lofted, right? So I don't get into it unless I'm going to sleep, like as soon as I can. Because of that, every time I'm in my bed, I get tired, right? Versus like people that watch TV in their bed, sit on their phone for an hour, doing like any of that stuff, it's gonna really mess with you, because your body's gonna be like, well, this is a chill place. What do you mean we're going to sleep here? You know what I'm saying? I take L-theanine and magnesium normally to go to sleep. L-theanine slows your frontal lobe, makes you more relaxed. Magnesium also makes you more relaxed, less stress. I'd highly recommend that if you have insomnia. I used to take sleeping pills. I was on doxepin, like 10 milligrams of doxepin, and that shit would knock me out. But I had to stop. I chose to stop. I didn't have to, right? I felt like I didn't want to do it anymore. I was sick of it. Anyways, so that stuff, it's like people are like, oh, I can't sleep. What happens if you were to look at a book for 10 minutes in really dim light? Dude, I don't know what I got on my hand. I was eating some pizza. Suddenly all this black stuff appeared on my hand. And like, it smells like pizza. I don't know. I have no clue what it is. I thought I got it all off, but I guess not. Anyways, reading something chill, especially fantasy, is like the best, or just any fiction. Something like you're roaming, right? Your mind is in a play state, and it's like very chill. Like it's very boring, right? That's like a very key thing to going to sleep as well, is that your mind is in a play state. So like when your mind is in the work state, it's horrible for going to sleep. If your mind is thinking like you're working, it's really bad. And that's why you shouldn't like lift before you go to bed. That's why you shouldn't go straight. Like that's why no one goes straight from work and just gets in their bed and goes to sleep unless they're like exhausted. It just doesn't happen, right? But having a ritual, having a routine to going to sleep is key as well, right? Like before I go to bed, I'll take a shower and I'll pray. Most of the time I'll do some writing. And then like during this sequence of events, my body just starts to build melatonin just because it's like it knows what's going on, right? That's the other thing too. Don't take melatonin. Like every once in a while, you have an important day tomorrow and you really need to get to sleep. Sure, take it, whatever. But like, the second you see blue light, it's gonna destroy the melatonin, making it completely pointless for you to take in the first place. B, when you take melatonin a lot, your body stops making as much, or like it adapts to needing that amount more, so then it just becomes pointless. Like you just made it harder to go to sleep now. Made you so you need more melatonin. Like it's just messed up. Just don't do it. Honestly, magnesium and L-theanine has worked wonders for me, bro. It's been amazing. Like I'd highly recommend you try it over anything else. There's another thing that people do. I'm not sure. Yeah, but reading and writing is like so good. And like clear your mind. Just relax, right? Like I think the problem for me was that I had like a lot of anxiety, and like I would just lay in bed and my brain would just be running like I'm awake for like hours, right? And so whatever you need to do to get into that state. So that's kind of like why I take magnesium and L-theanine. Also, I used to write before I'd go to bed, but I would write like depressing shit because I would have a depressing day. And it was just such a bad routine because then my thoughts are stuck on this bad shit, and then it's spiking my cortisol. Because like it's weird when your cortisol is spiked, you start to reflect. And so it'd be like I would be spiked cortisol in the first place, and then I'd start to reflect, and then I would make it even worse, and then it would just be hours of this like cycle. You know, I'd like turn off my phone at like 11, and I'd go to bed at like 3 a.m. And I wouldn't have any lights. I mean, like I would have this light on right here, but like that would be it, you know. And it's just because I just wasn't thinking happy thoughts. Like stay in a happy state, you know. Like whatever you need to do. Honestly, like thinking about like random scenarios. Sorry, I like keep flexing my. What's this called? I don't know. It's kind of fun though. Like it looks so whack. Anyways. Man, what was I just saying? Cortisol. Being happy, yeah. Like when you're, like I said, in a play state, you're imagining things. That's like why people say count sheep. You know, you picture 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. And it's very light and just chill, and you could just imagine it, right? Because like that's how you get into that state right before you go to bed. You know how like when you're right about to fall asleep and you can kind of live in a dream? Like it's like weird because you could open your eyes at any moment, move your hand, whatever, and you'll be awake again. But like at the same time you're fully in the dream and it feels all real and stuff. I remember I was in the car with my cousin on the drive back home from Arizona. And I don't know what was going on in my dream. I go, "Mom?" And she like started laughing or whatever, and I was like, I don't even care. I'm going to sleep, right? Because I like said it while I was like half conscious. She's like, "What?" I was like, I didn't say or do anything. I just said, "Fuck this." But like, you want to get into that state, right, where you're like kind of picturing things and you're really living in it. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Happy, light thoughts. This is why girls are like, I like imagining fake scenarios. You know, that's why they do that, though. I mean, it's not why they do that, but it works. You know, that's like right before bed activities. And that's why reading a book is good too, because like it forces you to do it. If you don't have a scenario, if you don't have a fantasy to go live in right before you go to sleep, and this is the other thing too, bro, this is genius. Make it your dream. Like, for me, my dream, I want to have money, I have a good wife, a good family. I want to be accredited for something, right? So I'll imagine this life, and it's all happy. Like, of course I'm happy in my dream, what the fuck, you know? But when you keep it on these happy thoughts, and especially when it's your dream, because then you're gonna, like, be focused on it for the next day, right? And you have higher neuroplasticity, right, when you're going to bed, right? And I think that's why, like, if you sleep with someone of the opposite sex, like your boyfriend or girlfriend, if you sleep with them, not like just a person of the opposite sex, when you sleep with someone romantic, they kind of get like consolidated in your brain, like you think like she's wife. But I think that's also because like that's just how it is. Like, same thing if you have sex with someone, like it's just gonna be like she's wife, you know, in your head, because that's like evolutionary, what's going on, right? Like, if you're sleeping next to someone 200 years ago, you're probably married or having children with them, whatever. So be careful with that one. But anyways, yeah, you kind of manifest it into reality through being focused on it and stuff. It's great. And through Neville Goddard's method, which I'm not going to talk about beyond that. The book Out of This World. That's all you're going to get to hear. But anyways, let me know if I should keep the TikTok lights or not, guys. You can't really see them. Like, my room just looks black beyond this light. So it's chill. But some guy told me to put them back on in the comments on another video. Alright, guys. That's it. You can sleep. You can do it. Come on. You got this. And, like, listening to boring things. My dad does that to sleep because he also has insomnia. He's like, yeah, I just listen to, like, books about things I could care less about. Like, he's like, I was listening to a book about things to do at a British museum. It's like hundreds of pages. Like some boring voice talking, you know? But it's because it puts him in a play state. That's really that's like the simplest terms. Ritual, play state, supplements if you need. Keep it light, which is part of the play state. This is the other thing. Sleep in a fasted state. Once I started doing this, I was surprised at how much better it was. Like, I can't sleep if I just ate, but even like 2 hours after I eat, it's worse sleep, because your body, I think it's because your body's using energy to digest instead of just recharging everything, right? I'm not sure why, but I will say drinking a protein shake right before bed is really good. But anyways, yeah, don't like eat a whole meal and then go to bed. The only time that I would say that that's fine is like, you know how after you eat a big meal, sometimes you just get really tired like an hour and a half later. If you drift off in that moment, it's whatever, but don't do it often. Like, it's pretty bad for you, metabolism wise and stuff, and just like sleep wise. It's just not a good habit, right? Like, I'm saying, like, eat like 5 or 6 hours before you go to bed type. Don't work out right before you go to bed. I mean, I do that, but I work out like 3 or 4 hours before I go to bed. You know, like, I'll finish the workout 3 or 4 hours before. Anyways, that's it. God bless. I hope that this was good. Sorry, it wasn't very concise. Like, I need to work on that. This is what happens, bro. If I look at my phone before I make a video, like, I was on my phone like 10 or 15 minutes before this, and like, my brain is more cluttered, you know, versus like if I sit for 30 minutes in silence and then I go to record, it's bang, bang, bang. It's all great. Anyways, God bless.